Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on the channel. So we are going to dive in, Pisces, to your month of February 2020. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you, and how can you best navigate this month? So the first cards that we're going to talk about are the cards that are in the position of the overarching theme. And the very first thing I want to just point out as I take a look at your spread is I'm just noticing that everywhere it's like kings and queens showing up in your spread, okay? So, and a lot of these are reversed. So I really am feeling compelled to point out how important it is for you to own, your natural power, to own your natural leadership abilities, to step into your kingdom. How can you foster that queen within you? How can you foster that king within you? How can you be a beautiful and wonderful leader here in this world? And what does it mean to you to be a king or queen? And how do we foster that? How do you take really good care of yourself? How do you treat yourself with positivity and respect? And how do you recognize what you truly bring into this world? So I do feel like there is that overall message here, and for you to do some work on embracing your inner king and queen. So the first things that we're going to talk about are your overarching themes. So the very first card here we have is the Queen of Fire. Okay, so you are going to be learning how to connect with your confidence, how to connect with the Queen of Fire is very confident, but she's also very warm. She's very loving. She's very fiery, right? The Queen of Fire. She is very graceful, very intelligent. And so how can you just embrace this beautiful Queen of Fire, this fiery individual within you? How can you allow this into your life? And the card itself says, stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. Okay, so we are going to be just this month really fostering, again, that leadership, that independence, for you to feel like you can take it on. Whatever it is, you can take it on. Whatever you've been thinking about, whatever you've been feeling like, you know what, this is something I'm really feeling called to do. It's time for you to stretch your wings and fly. It's time for you to believe in yourself, and it's time for you to go for it. This is where we embrace that leadership, we embrace that queen, we embrace that independent spirit. So allowing yourself to do that, and that is definitely going to be a theme for you throughout this month. And how we want to do that is through visualization. Can you start to visualize? Can you start to dream a little bit? What is it that you want in your life? Where do you want to go? Where are there missing pieces? And what kind of energies do you want to call into your life? And can you kind of let yourself daydream about that a little bit? Visualize that, or you can even intentionally visualize the things that you are wanting to manifest into your world. Because when we take the time to visualize, to focus on things that we want, we actually create a magnet to call them to us. That is the law of attraction, right? So taking time to just visualize those things that you really want to see happening for yourself in your life. We all have, that next step for ourselves. What is it that you want now? What is it that you want to call into your life? So taking some time to either visualize that or write that down. What it is that you're wanting to call into your life. I think that's going to be important as you're moving forward. That vision is going to be important in terms of giving you a roadmap for what you want to focus on and where you want to go next. And then we also have, for the overarching theme card, the Messiah card reversed. Okay, so I'm going to just read this one to you. It says, when it's reversed, it's the exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Okay, so this feels to me like maybe it's like a way that you're holding yourself back. Like you feel like you are the only person who can do this. Maybe you are stuck in a job that you don't like because you feel like nobody else can do it like you. And maybe that's true because nobody else is you, but somebody else can do it like them. And, where are you carrying responsibilities? Where are you carrying the weight of something that you really need to let go of it. That is something that's trying to be cleared out of your life, trying to be shifted out of your life. Maybe you need to make some changes. Maybe you need to let it go. And when you are holding on to it, thinking, I'm the only one, or I'm the only one who will take on this responsibility, who will carry this burden, rather than asking for help, rather than letting things go that need to go, then you are carrying a burden that you don't need to carry. So what burden can you release? What burden can you change? What burden can you ask for help with in order to allow your life to feel better, to allow yourself to feel lighter? So really take that into consideration. So the next card that we have here is the challenges that we have showing up for you, okay? And here we have the Queen of Air, okay? So this is you kind of hanging on to things that you know need to be cleared out of your life. What do you need to clear? And it feels to me like these are some things that maybe tug at your heartstrings a little bit. So maybe you're holding on to something that just, it gets at those heartstrings when you think about letting go, but deep down, you know that you need to let certain things go. You know that it's time. You know that whatever this phase is has ended. Whatever, behaviors that you have in your life, or whatever patterns you're allowing in your life, as much as that's hard, as much as that's scary, you have an understanding on some level that it's time to let it go. And this is really saying, stop holding on to it. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to step up, because if you can clear things, if you can let go, if you can change your perspectives on it, if you can work on releasing your fear, then we change this card to the upright, right? And then we have you being not only the Queen of Fire, but the Queen of Air. And the Queen of Air does not mess around. She just takes care of whatever it is that she needs to take care of, you know? If she needs to clear something out of her life, she does it. And she does it all with a beautiful sense of humor. And she finds a way to laugh at things, even the stuff that's really hard. So where can you kind of let yourself just have a little bit more fun and a little bit more laughter? And even those things that are really challenging, can you find a way to just be silly about them, to bring in a silly energy, a funny energy along with what you have going on? So that is some advice there in terms of the challenges that you have showing up. Now, in terms of the gifts, again, we have a fire card, okay? So you definitely are, and fire can be connected with work specifically, or life's work, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, okay? But there may be some shifts coming up for you in regard to work, or some shifts in your perspectives in regard to your work. But this can also be the work that you're doing in your life, right, as well, and the lessons that you're learning in your life. And the Nine of Fire is about standing up for what you believe in, protecting what you have created, protecting what you have worked for, not letting people put it down, not allowing people to change your mind when you know that something is right and accurate for you, not allowing other people to tell you what your truth is, believing in yourself, believing in your abilities. Sometimes I see this Nine of Fire showing up when we kind of know in our soul that something's right for us, and the people in our world are saying, you know, maybe you shouldn't make that change, or maybe that wasn't the best decision, or maybe this isn't what you should do, but your soul is saying, absolutely, this is what you should do. And so we really want to honor what our soul is telling us, what our intuition is telling us. We really want to believe in ourselves. Sometimes, like, we don't have the outside results just yet, right? But we kind of know, if I can just keep going with this, I'm going to achieve the things that I want to achieve. And this is really saying, absolutely, you can. Believe in yourself, keep going, keep connecting with your power, keep standing strong in your truth. Be confident enough to challenge what other people are saying to you, and to challenge those thoughts that are stepping in for you that are reflective of maybe what other people are saying. A lot of times when people are showing up saying negative things to us, or fear-based things to us, it's really reflective of what we have going on in our own head. You know, they will reflect back our own fears. And so what fears do you need to take a look at? What fears do you need to kind of look dead on and just say, you know what, I'm not going to let you be in charge of me. I am choosing to have faith. I'm choosing to trust, because this is what my soul is calling for. So whatever that is for you, stand strong in that. Don't give up. Protect that which you have, which you have created. Okay, and then we have, showing up here in the lessons category, the Queen of Earth. And this is really interesting because we also have next to it the King of Earth. Okay, reverse. So this is saying to me, and then also we have the Four of Earth later on. Okay, so first I want to say, really notice the way that you're handling your finances. Really notice the energies around your finances, because there's something off here. There's something that you need to pay attention to. So this is a really great time to do some kind of, to get a book on money manifestation or beliefs and thoughts around money, or to do some work around money and energy, because there's something that's off. There's something that you need to do some work on, that you need to make some tweaks to. And so we're going to talk a little bit, sorry, I'm dropping things here. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as we move further on into the reading, but there's something in connection with money, abundance, opportunities, the things that are actually arriving into your experience that you're feeling disconnected from. So you might feel like you've been trying to manifest certain things, or you might just kind of feel stuck with finances, or feel like, man, like I'm just not feeling very abundant, and that's because you need to do some work there with that. And so pay attention to some programs to show up for you, or get yourself a book to allow you to do some work around that. But we have, again, a Queen reverse showing up, okay? So the Queen of Earth is she has a beautiful earthy energy. She's really warm. She's very thoughtful. She's very sensible. And she just shows up for people. And this is really saying, you know, are you being solid for yourself in your life? Are you really taking grounded approaches to the things that you're doing? We want to be intuitive, and we want to be creative, and we want to be following our flow, but we also want to listen to that logical part of ourselves. We still have to live here on this earth, right? So allowing yourself to listen to those logical thoughts that are coming in, that are trying to create structure around things, that are trying to give you guidance as to the best approach for things. You want to use both your intuitive mind and your logical mind, okay? That is really important, and this feels like you've kind of stepped away from that a little bit, that you're not really necessarily very grounded in maybe your approaches or your ideas and the way that you're doing things. So how can I create more structure around things? How can I take a look at the reality of things? How can I take a look at my finances, my budget? You know, where could I be spending better? Where could I be approaching money situations in a better way? This is a great month, a great time for you to consult with a financial consultant or somebody like that. I have someone great actually that I can refer you to if you are looking for somebody. And so so just get in touch with me if you want that. But this is really important for you to get some things in order, okay? Because you are off from this. And this is also about making time for the things that are most important to you, for the people that are most important to you, the things that are most important to you, because sometimes we can get so lost in other things and so lost in our ego-based stuff that we lose touch from what we really want or what's really most important to us. So this is really about also taking a look at your values and where am I not living my life in alignment with my values, and really take a good look at that, because I think that there are some important shifts that you need to make, okay? And then we have the King of Earth reverse showing up, and this is in the advice section, okay? So the King of Earth, and actually these two cards pulled up together, and the King of Air. So again, two king card reverse, okay? Really find a way to connect with your inner authority, your inner leadership. You're feeling blocked in terms of a steady flow of the things that you want to have manifest, whether that's money, whether that's other things, okay? And you really need to take a look at that. But this is really saying that one of the bigger blocks is that you're not taking care of the things that you need to take care of. What do you need to adjust? What do you need to take care of? What are those things that maybe have been on your to-do list for a while, like you know you need to do them, but you don't really feel like doing them? This is the time to take care of those logistical things. This is also the time to take care of any shadow work, any emotional things that are coming up for you. They're coming up for a reason, because it's time to deal with them. I know that that's hard. We don't always like to go back, right? We don't always like to, go to counseling and work through our stuff, or we don't always like to talk about the things that have been really challenging for us, or to journal about them. Sometimes that's a really hard thing to do, but if you can do that, especially with a professional, or with somebody who really knows you and knows how to support you in a really positive way, I think that there's some room to clear away some important blocks in your life, especially blocks to abundance, okay? This is about clearing blocks to abundance, but also just blocks in your life, blocks to happiness, blocks to joy. And so there's some things that you've been sweeping under the rug that are just, it's time to deal with them. It's time, and it feels like emotional stuff. It feels like stuff from your past. It's time to take a look at it and to really take a look at it rather than pushing it aside. I think that is really going to clear things up for you in regard to just feeling like life is getting better, feeling like life is more positive again, that you're connecting more with your joy, that you're connecting more with your abundance. But you've got to do the work to get yourself there. Now, the last cards that we have here are in the what else category, okay? So here we have the Four of Earth and reversed, okay? So again, this is about how are you spending your money? Are you overspending your money? Are you overspending what you're making versus like what's coming in, and how do you need to like rein that in a little bit? Do you need to create a budget for yourself that you need to follow? That would be a really great thing for you to do this month. But also, where are you holding on to your money too tightly? Sometimes like that's another block in abundance. How are you just like holding on, being miserly with your money? And we want to make sure that we are putting money out into circulation, that we are giving. I think one of the best ways to manifest more money is to give. Whether it's to give our time, whether it's to donate to something that's important to us. And the best time to give is when we don't really feel like we have a whole lot of money to give. So what can you give? Can you donate just $1 to what they're asking you? Maybe a cause is important to you that they are inviting you to donate $1 at the grocery store or whatever. But where can you start to give a little bit more? Where can you start to support other people, through, this isn't about, like paying other people's bills or anything, but like, going to a small business and supporting a small business versus like a major chain. How can your money make the most impact? Where can you put your money back out into circulation and make a really big impact? So in somebody's day-to-day life, okay? So that's going to be really important. And then we have and I always have a hard time saying this word, the dilettante card, okay, reversed. Okay, so I'm going to just read this to you because this is in connection with what else you need to know. And it says, the pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. Okay, so this is basically like, what are you pretending to understand? What are you pretending to know about that really you need to learn more about? You need to get more information here, whether you need it to make an important decision in your life. Do your research, get the information. Don't pretend like you actually know when you know deep down that you don't. Or where are you pretending like you know a lot more and there are people who are in your life who can actually be teaching you? Where are you blocking people from teaching you, from showing you, from guiding you? Where are your defenses preventing you from learning more things in your life? And if you can ask yourself that and get a sense of that, it'll help you to open up to more learning, more growth, and more development, because we can learn from all kinds of people and we can learn all kinds of lessons all day, every day, if we are allowing ourselves to be open. And then this is a really beautiful opportunity for you, Pisces, who are available for love. And we have this romantic partner card showing up. So for those of you who are looking for your soulmate, this can be a really powerful month for you to connect with your soulmate or reconnect with your soulmate. And so just be open to that, be open to connecting with that. And sometimes when we connect with our soulmate, that actually can be really overwhelming and really scary. So allowing yourself to keep your heart open and to not get too overwhelmed with that, to be aware of that. And this is also for those of you who are in a relationship, an opportunity for that relationship to deepen, for that relationship to grow. And this can also be us being our own romantic partner, our own us working on self-love and really giving wonderful energy to ourselves, really supporting ourselves, really giving that love to ourselves, because when we can work on that self-love, then it makes us in a position to call in the kind of love that we actually deserve in our life. So that is your reading for Pisces for February of 2020. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryawakening.com. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.